welcome to the Really Shady Review Panel, y'all. We are back, okay? And if you can't tell, I'm excited. Really be not so, maybe not so much. And as you see, we are down one woman, and we're going to be down the next 2 weeks because she is busy preparing for her new arrival. So shout out to her. And plus, she didn't want to be here no way. Let's just call the thing a thing. We just gave her an excuse absence this time. Hey, Quake, welcome. Thank you.
What up, Quake?
So yeah, y'all, we're getting into Ready to Love, season 11, episode 1. Detroit is lit. Okay, so we are in the D. What up, doe? All right. But yeah, y'all, so for everybody, no matter where you're watching from, whatever channel, whatever side, please make sure, if you haven't already, that you please do us a favor and go ahead and hit that like button. And make sure you subscribe as well. That was your part, but Nels ain't here. That was your part, really.
Oh, my bad. Do all that. do all of the things. Like, comment, subscribe, hype the video.
Yes.
Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Do all of the things.
Yes, please. And y'all, hopefully y'all will be proud of me. I was just telling Really B, I sat here and took the time to get screenshots of all these people because we were not going to remember who we were talking about. I know I wasn't. Right. So I did do that for y'all, okay? So please, if you don't hype me up, okay? Hype me up. All right. But yeah, y'all, it really be funny. But yeah, so let me go ahead. Let's run this intro. Hey, Candy. What is it? Yeah, Candy. Hey, Lemon Kush Pepper. Welcome, everybody. Hey, Crazy Homebody Girl. Thank y'all.
Hey, y'all.
For joining us. All right, so let's run this intro. We're going to get into it, y'all. And let's get really shady. I love that. Let's do that. Hey. Where is my button?
On the skyline pen, shade in the city, true hits like a banger. I said it, I meant it, no need for disclaimers. Haters right away, but they just false claimers. Concrete beats are heavy like cinder. Looking for one, but the streets feel winter. No filters, no edits, I'm raw with my splinters. My life a movie, they watching us trailers. I'm not gonna hold you, sit in the city, the life in the mold. You like and subscribe if you feeling the vibe. This is my word, I just let you inside. Sit in the city, I'm not gonna hold you, sit in the city, my words gon' console you. Like and subscribe if you feeling the vibe.
All right, y'all. So are we ready to get into it? Y'all tell me, who were your favorites or who did you take a liking to from this particular first episode? Now, Really B can't tell you because she don't remember nobody, but maybe once I pull the pictures up.
I do remember, okay, the teacher.
Steven.
Also like a musician.
Yeah, Steven.
I like him.
Okay.
The women, I like the nurse.
I know who I gotta look at my notes to figure out, but I know who you're talking about. Is that girl? Don't get me lying. I need to go back and look at my
I forget her name, but she had the gold dress on, and she said that she spent she's been in school. She's got like 5 degrees.
I think that might have been Shannon. I think
I liked her. So far, that's who stood out to me. I mean, as far as on the positive, now a whole lot on the negative stood out, but the positive definitely, yeah.
Right. Hey, Vacay J.
What up, Vacay J?
Hey, Miss Bay Thing. Hey, little baby. Hey, Nubian Mahogany. Oh, well, little baby, if I can tell you, you should go back and watch it. I was going to tell you don't need to watch it, but you should because you're going to be like us and you ain't going to know who nobody is. Hey, Miss French Kiss. Hey, Cross Country Cruiser.
Wasn't that girl Dominique on Basketball Wives? I don't know because I was never a faithful. I think I only watched like 2 seasons of Basketball Wives, so I honestly don't know. I couldn't tell you. Scotty, I can ask Scotty because maybe he is a connoisseur of Basketball Wives. He would know.
All right, y'all. Hey, DeMarcus.
What up, DeMarcus?
So, all right. First, we get to meet. Let me go through my roster here. And since you brought it up in the chat, this is Dominique. She is 42 years old. She is a celebrity stylist. Apparently, Dominique got a little history to her as we get into the episode. But off the surface, she seemed like a very beautiful lady. She was dressed real nice. Apparently, she's well known around Detroit. I thought she wasn't bad until, they started having conversations. But then she's met by Bello, who happens to be 38. Now, the caption, and y'all can tell me because I thought there was a difference, but maybe there isn't. he said that he is a real estate developer, but on the show they said he's a real estate broker. And I thought those were two separate things. Am I wrong? Or can two things be true?
Let me say this. I am not 100% sure, but I feel like it's a tomato thing.
Okay.
Like, I feel like a broker is somebody who will go out and like broker properties for you, find properties for you, but may not necessarily have a realtor's license. But then a real estate developer, is that what you said? Developer?
Yeah.
That's somebody that develops properties. You can do both things. We've seen Ready to Love do that before.
Right.
Where they'll say one thing and then their description will be something, So, yeah, you could be both things.
Okay. I was just wondering. I was like, or is that, again, something that Ready to Love
Okay,
did?
Quake says no real estate agents work under a real estate broker.
Right.
Right. So that's what I was saying. Okay, wait a minute. Are you saying no, real estate agents work under real estate brokers, or no real estate?
See, I wasn't arguing that he was a broker. I think that he can be a broker, but I as far as the development part,
I feel like he's a broker, but maybe he doesn't have his. And I know you don't necessarily have to be, but I feel like maybe he doesn't have his real estate license, because if he had his real estate license, wouldn't he just say he's a real estate agent?
Well, actually, I thought broker was better because that means you own the shit. You got people that work.
Real estate agents work under brokers.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know you have to have a broker's license in order to have a brokerage, right?
Right. Yeah. Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what it is. So that's what it is. He's a broker then.
Right. Oh, okay. CK is doing his show tonight with some of the cast. Guess because that's his hometown. That would make sense because we do know that Carlos is.
Brandon was at the premiere party last night.
I saw that on Kamisha's IG. Shout out to her for being at the premiere party.
Brokers. I know brokers are like above real estate agents as far as the hierarchy,
right?
Because you can't. A broker is like another level. It's like another license. It's like a higher level. Yeah.
Oh, he a little heavy-handed on the Beijing. Not that. Hey, Juana. Hey, Renee. Hey, I am Tiffany Michelle. Y'all are terrible. We starting out again. Hey, China White. So then we're joined by Emily, which I guess there was nobody really on this first episode that I was like, oh, I want them to go. Like, except maybe the Devin guy, but we'll get to him. So Emily is 44. She's a seamstress for the Detroit Pistons dancers. And what I thought was wild, because again, that's all they told us, was she was a seamstress. We later find out that she's also a teacher, which I think that you can do both. They could have put a slash, but whatever. So she said she's basically looking for somebody to have fun with, and she isn't looking for a man who's waiting until he gets ED, and then they start looking for a hospice wife. And I said, well,
yeah, she had a lot. She had a lot going on.
You think she had a lot going on? She had a lot of cleavage going on.
I'm about to say, I can be a little old fashioned with stuff. The breasts are too much.
Look, Nuvia said her breast, child.
It's just too much for me. Sorry, not sorry. That was just too much. And her confessional was like that, and the way she that was just too much.
Look, okay, so everybody said the boobs was distracting. It was just on her face. Okay, me, damn. Y'all said y'all did not like that.
I mean, again, and not to be nitpicky, but you done made me review the show, so it is what it is.
No, that's what we do. If we gotta watch it, damn
if this is a first impression, if you are meeting a group of potential people that you're gonna date, I'm very, y'all know I can be a little conservative when it comes to that kind of stuff. I feel like what you put out is what you're gonna get. Mm-hmm. And to me, and I know some people might say, well, she has a right to dress however she wants. You're right. You have a right to dress however you want, but then you're going to get what you put out, in my opinion. And I feel like that is what you're putting out. So that's the energy you're going to get back. That's my opinion.
I can agree with that. I mean, it was a bit much, but
you can have cleavage without that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I can agree, because if she had to bend over, them girls would have been out.
Okay.
Them girls would have been out. Yeah. So we jump back to Dominique. Gotta bring her up so we remember. And she is met by Steven, who is 39. Who's a teacher, 7th grade, I think he said.
Mm-hmm.
So she happens to notice that he has like a ring around his neck, and he says that, you know, his mother's face is etched into it because she passed away, and he's looking forward to starting his own family. And I said, I like him already. I like Steven. He seems like, you know, he love the kids, you know, Treese love the kids. And I just was like, you know, he seemed like he ready to love. Now, granted, this is episode 1, y'all.
I was getting ready to say I like him too, but I be getting disappointed so fast with these people.
I hear
can't
you.
even, but I do. So far, I do like him though. I do.
Right. And then we meet, which I really didn't mind this little girl. She was very chipper. She was, you know, a little spice. I like her, Christina, but she wants you to call her Ina.
She got on my nerves later on.
Christina is 36. She is a singer-songwriter and says that, you know, her career pretty much has her around celebrities. And she said, you know, Detroit men tend to be a little territorial. And so basically she was like, she don't know if she need a man or a manager. And I was like, well, girl, maybe this ain't the show for you.
Isn't she the one that was talking about all the things she likes to do and how God blessed her with this beauty and
oh yeah, she was like, you know, it's hard for men. They can't handle being with somebody. Now that I didn't care for, because I feel like it's one thing to know or be confident in yourself. It's another when you don't allow people to give you comments and you start complimenting yourself. I think that's very self-absorbed, in my opinion.
Yeah, I was cool with her until that scene. Because that scene, and I know they edit these things, you know, they were there for 10 hours and we got a 2-minute soundbite. But I just feel like you said, she was very comfortable in that space of, and you should be confident, but there's a line. Mm-hmm. There's that line. So
right. So then she happens to strike up a conversation with Devin. Devin happens to be, I believe he's 38, and he is a university project manager, but he also says he does music. He's into the arts, okay? Mm-hmm. So, you know, they have that in common, and apparently, you know, he plays the piano, and he said, you know, he feels like he's fly. He think he doing his thing, right? And so, you know, and then she's, I guess, lets him know that she's currently working on a Motown country album. And what I found to be very strange is that everybody knows Dominique and don't know Christina. Does that make sense? Because everybody was like somebody said later on in the episode, like, oh, Dominique is very well known around town. She goes to a lot of events, whatever. But Christina being
okay, yeah.
And being on the scene, I'm surprised that nobody knows Christina. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, maybe Brandon know her. Who knows?
Maybe that's look. She been down at the Hit Factory. She been down to the Hit Factory. Is that why Brandon was at the party?
Now, allegedly.
I agree, Nubian. It did seem like there were a lot of legitimate people that had some legitimate stuff going on. And I'm not saying that everybody has to be, you know, a millionaire, but it definitely seems like there was some legitimate people that had some legitimate stuff going on.
Yeah, I did like that too about this particular. There were hopefully, but we ain't had no Cisco's coming up here with written the
not yet,
not yet, because you know everybody got a representative. Hey, Paul, I seen you slide in. So then we get to meet. I'm gonna be honest with you. This is the only person that kind of like just off speech kind of turned me off. And let me guess, this is the person I'm missing. Yep. I knew I was missing somebody because I only had 18. Damn, Lauren, the tall glass of water. Lauren, I don't know.
I don't know where I am with her yet.
Yeah, that's how I felt. She gave me, like, I'm still feeling her vibe, but like, she's a real estate agent. She said, you know, she wants someone who measures up because she has 3 grown boys that are big and grown. And so basically, I just took it like, so you want somebody that's tall. That's what I'm getting.
Mm-hmm. Go back for a second. Go back to. I do want to make a point about Devin though, real quick.
Oh, okay. Let's get on
Devin. Can I be real about? And this is my first impression because I might feel differently in 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Mm-hmm. But my first impression of Devin is the guy that y'all left on hold. Devin he's a little nerdy. He's a little quirky.
You're right.
But Devin's got a good job. He's nice looking, but he's the one that. When I say you know what I'm saying in general, he's the one that we leave on hold because we We want the Bellows of the world, right? We want the Flash.
Well, no, we want the Dariuses.
Yeah, the Dariuses. You're right. And Devin is probably a really good guy.
Look, Quake said Devin's my type. That's
you go find him, girl. He looking for love. Because I bet you he's still looking.
Well, here's what I can say about Devin. And yes, I feel like every woman has had a Devin in their life where you're like, yes, he's sweet. He loves my dirty draws. But the problem with Devin is most people that are like Devin are socially awkward.
Yep.
And so I can't deal with that. I can't. That's just something I personally, because I'm so, a social butterfly, I can't be around somebody that's socially awkward. Yeah.
But let me say this too. Something, and I'm not trying to be overly picky. But something that bothered me in this episode as it related to Devin, I don't like because I feel like they were using a lot of coded words to try to
I get what you're saying.
To try to insinuate that maybe he's gay. Mm-hmm. Oh, he's too feminine for me. He's too soft for me. Why are he talking with his hands like that? And I just felt like they were using very coded language to insinuate that because he ain't ooh, then he must be soft and he must be, gay. And I didn't like that.
Right, see golden dog whistles.
Yeah, wait, dog
it's whistles, okay, but we like.
I didn't like that.
We like your social awkwardness and Mimi's. We love y'all. Y'all different.
Devin, I could date a Devin. He wouldn't bother me. I don't know if because see, I'm okay with him being so socially awkward. That wouldn't bother me, but I'm wondering if my social butterfly would bother him.
Facts. No, I can't. You go into a room and then you say something, and I gotta explain to people why you know what I mean?
But you don't have to.
You just let them say embarrassing things.
But that's what I'm saying. Why is that embarrassing? I don't feel like
it depends on what comes out his mouth. It depends on what comes out his mouth, and he gives me the vibe. He did good. I think he did good. For the mixer, but he gives me again. I'm just speaking for my Devins.
I got you. Yeah, Quake. I agree. I don't think he did anything that would make me feel like he was gay, but more than one woman made a comment about that, and I was like,
right. And I felt like that was a little unfair.
One of them came right out and said he was too soft or feminine acting. I think she used the word feminine, and I was like, what? What is that about? So but the tall glass of water, yeah.
Oh, this is not the tall glass of water, y'all. But yeah, she was. I mean, she was cute. Her outfit was nice, but I don't know. It was just something about her that rubbed me the wrong way. I don't know if anybody else saw it. Well, Really B said she saw it, but Treese is young. Don't do that. You can't be our age. You can when you get girl. I'm on the precipice of 40. What you talking about?
Ooh, the precipice of 40.
Precipice of 40.
Girl, I'm over 50. Calm down.
But so yeah, we meet Ashley. Ashley is 31. She comes over and introduces herself to Darius because Darius seemed to be what everybody want. Okay, now Darius happens to be 40. Where Darius at? Darius didn't do it for me. I'm gonna be honest with you. I know that's what everybody wants.
Yeah, I was talking about the Beijing and the beard. He the one that had the Beijing all over the place.
Right. Now for me, I'm gonna be honest, Darius, even though that's probably the guy everybody wants and who's everybody I usually don't like those guys. I don't want who everybody else wants. I'd be like, yeah, he cute, but I don't want who everybody else wants. So for me, that would have been a turn off. But he's an exotic car owner. He's and a fashion designer. He says, yeah, I know I could be a bit flashy, and I ain't got no plans on changing that. He also says he owns a banquet hall. So I said, okay, he's doing well for himself. And that's when, of course, Tommy comes in and, introduces himself to the singles. And then let us know that we're starting off with 20 all at the same time. Thank God. Okay, I give you that. And then he lets them know that basically somebody gonna be going home, but what he fails to let them know is 4 their asses is supposed to be going home. And I'm actually mad that they did what they did at the end, but we gonna wait till we get there. Let me go through some of these comments. Quake said, we 50s. That's okay, girl. Elise said, I hate to say it, but what they thought of Devin, I thought of Vince. He gave me that more, in my opinion. Crazy Homebody said, I'm 40 and I don't care about social awkwardness. Okay. That look, y'all said me either. He gonna mess up their sheets. Who's gonna mess up their sheets?
The one with the Beijing.
Oh, y'all are terrible.
Ah.
Something about him seems off. Isn't that what Simone's ex-fiance's career was? An exotic car dealer ownership? Red flag. Quake. Candy said, this is the one I was talking about. Okay, this is the one with the Beijing. Y'all are on it today. Mimi said, I'm actually an introverted extrovert. I am too.
I am too.
Yeah, that's why me and Really B get along, because we can be in the same room and not talk to each other. But most of the time we are talking. I'm actually an introvert extrovert, so I'm in and out and I overthink and analyze. Don't tell me you are Ashley Naomi, girl. I still love you. I exhaust myself. I'm 41 next month. Oh, well, happy early birthday. And I care, but I don't. That's where my awkwardness comes in. I hear you. He looked like Jaleel White. Yes, he do, Miss French.
He does. They could be cousins.
Yep, they absolutely could be cousins, right? So then we see Nicole, who I thought was really cute. She is 35. She is a university lecturer. Apparently, she already knows Eddie. Where's Eddie at?
They went to undergrad together.
Right, because they went to college together. And she said that she had always had a crush on him, but she felt like she wasn't his type because she was a good girl. And I said, look at everything coming full circle. For me, if y'all don't test the water, something wrong. Because this ain't nothing but how is just randomly y'all show up to apply to the same show.
Well, she said she had a crush on him. He ain't say nothing about having a crush on her.
That's true. But remember, well, I ain't gonna jump ahead, but remember towards the end, he said, I feel like I want her to get a decent chance.
Right.
So I feel like he wants the best for her, even if it's not him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so Eddie is a management consultant, and he said that he moved back to Detroit to be closer to his family. He grew up poor, but he said, the East Side is where the quality comes from, and I don't know nothing.
And he said his kids.
He did say kids. Oh, y'all agree with Really B? Eddie still isn't interested. Oh. Yeah, it's a head shake for me. You're like, no.
Because I think if it felt good to know somebody in the room, but I don't feel like, now do I think he might be open to it? Because like you said, we're older now, like, we're in different spaces in our life. Maybe. Right. Maybe. But he ain't say nothing about, oh man, she was the one that got away, or he ain't say none of that.
That's true. And even I felt like even when he was talking to her and she was like, oh my God. And he was just keeping it real friendly. Like, hey, ain't seen you in a while. Like, right. I see you every year.
She was like, oh my gosh, we've never talked before. He was like, we've had conversations. Like he was like, girl. Yes.
Y'all are terrible. He don't like that girl. She was acting like a thirsty. Y'all are terrible tonight. I love you though. I love you. So let's get into Vince. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm the girl that likes the guy that can make me laugh. So Vince would have probably got me. I love a sense of humor, even though I liked it. He's a service technician. He immediately takes Really B, when you take the glasses off.
I mean, I liked him.
You did.
I think he was giving authentic humor, unlike the guy from last season that got eliminated on the first episode that was trying to be funny but wasn't really funny. Right. I think he actually was cracking me up. Like I think he does have like that kind of personality that's like, hey girl, I was cool with him. I don't know if he's going to be anybody's romantic interest. I could see him being everybody's brother, being real cool with everybody. Right. I don't know if I feel like, and it's hard because you want people to be who they are, right? You want people to be authentically who they are, but I just also feel like you have to understand you're basically walking into a speed dating situation, and you want people to feel like you can be serious and you are taking the process seriously. To me, I felt like he was working the room like Tommy had hired him to just keep the mood light. Like I didn't, but on the flip side, it's like, but if that is who he really is, I want you to authentically be who you are. So it's hard because I don't want to make it seem like I'm telling somebody not to be who they are, but I don't know.
I think you think he was nervous, Nubian. I think that I can understand nervous, but I think like he said, this is just who he is and he wants to be that. And so I'm very much the same way. I could be quirky and I want the people around. I'm not changing for
Right.
nobody that's around me. So, and I think Lauren made a good assessment when she said he reminds her, like his funny vibe reminds her of a little Chris Rock. I said, absolutely. She hit the nail on the head. That's what it was given. I was like, okay. Like I said, I like Vince. I'm glad that we all on the same page. We here to give Vince a chance, even though unfortunately his humor, people may not take him seriously.
Yeah.
We can agree on that. So we got to jump back to Devin, who happens to be talking to Ashley. And I said another lady because I didn't have her name at the time, but I believe it was Shannon. Don't get me lying. But basically they sit down and talk, and he talks about how he wants 2 kids. And then Ashley makes it clear that basically you got to have money to date her. All right. So at least she know what she wants. She make that up front. I don't know why Ashley gave me Tay vibes from last season. Like in her confessionals and her demeanor. And even though we know Tay accepted Cisco, I don't know, like how she first presented when she came on the show. I don't know. She gave me that same type of energy when I watched her. But so you know, she basically brings up her dog. Then Devin said he got an allergy to dog hair, but he's like, I'll get through it. Anything, you know, just to get up under you. And I was like, nobody likes that. Nobody likes that.
And I think he was nervous.
Yeah, he was. And so basically Ashley's like, I'm not feeling him. And he thinks that there's some type of connection. He went and told Tommy that we were discussing the future together. And I said, brother,
I don't know who he had that conversation
with. I literally say that. Literally.
I don't know who he had that conversation with, but
and this is what Really B was talking about. She says, I need someone more masculine. That was the first hit to his, yeah. So that was when it first, and I think she was the one when they were in the when they were deliberating. I think she said something else too. So then we see Darius, who happens to go, let's back to Beijing Darius. He goes to talk to Nicole, which we know is old boy's little, you know, joint, and Shannon. Have we seen Shannon yet? Shannon real cute. That's Shannon, y'all. And they both kind of like his dapper swag that he has going on. Basically, all the ladies want to get with him. But he really likes the one that won't even really check in for him, which is Miss Shantae. Shantae. I don't know, but I'm going to call her Shantae. That's what they said, right? She real cute. She 31. She's a salon suites owner and a vegan private chef. And I said, okay, girl. And they talk about their love for travel. And he revealed, you know, he was born in Europe. And she thinks like, oh, this is it. This is it. This is my man. And I was like, okay, girl, that might be.
Baby, I think Devin is for the streets.
You mean Darius?
Yeah, Darius. I'm sorry. I think Darius is for the streets.
So then we get to, I'm going to be, okay, I lied. There was one person that I wasn't feeling off rip. Meet Richie. Richie is 38. He goes to introduce himself to Emily, which we know is the boobs. Okay. And Emily asked him about this Playboy tattoo that he got. And so she assumes that, oh, that must mean you're a Playboy. Now, I thought that she put a little bit too much into that just because he is a tattoo artist. And I feel like sometimes tattoo artists, just for the hell of it, you know what I mean, tattoo. But I didn't also like the fact, and maybe he was right. Maybe people really do call his brother Playboy, but I felt like that was bullshit. And if, like you said, if you used to be and that's your past, who can really judge you off that? It's a tattoo. I ain't gonna cover it up. I don't know. So I thought she was putting 20 on 10 with that, but really,
I think that one, yes, he's a tattoo artist. So I think that I know people who have tattoos that it's just not that deep.
Mimi, are you serious?
Who passed away?
Oh my God. When was that?
In real life, he passed away? Oh my God.
Wow. That's so unfortunate. Rest in peace. Look.
Wow. I did not know that. That must have just happened.
I was going to say, you would have thought that they would have put a RIP or something.
Yeah.
That's crazy because the people going to be going in on him. And he's
in a motorcycle accident. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. And I was just getting ready to defend him with the motorcycle. But I'm going to just move past
literally, I'm going to say, we just going to move past because that's wild. Literally her going at him and being like, oh, I don't like, that's too, she said that's a little too immature, that thrill seeking, that I don't want to do
but
that.
I'm still going to say, I don't think it's immature to be a thrill seeker. I don't think that's immature. It's just not your thing.
Right, right. I agree, but that's really unfortunate. I am so sorry to hear that. Hey,
Wow.
Chuck, where you been, boo? We missed you. Welcome, welcome.
What up,
Yeah.
Chuck?
Well, I mean, nobody's feeling Richie, basically. And we learned that Emily is a Sagittarius, which I understood what he meant when he said I could see that. So then no shade to the Sagittarius. I'm just saying, y'all really don't be having no F's to give when y'all don't F with somebody. So then we move on to Dominique. We learned that she has 25-year-old twins. And so then we meet Donna. Can we talk about, and did this bother anybody else? I thought Donna was a very beautiful girl, but what is it with the sides? Did anybody else notice that they were a different color than her hair?
I didn't even pay attention.
And see, I wish I could zoom in so y'all could see, but her roots are like blonde. Her edges are blonde, but her hair is jet black. I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one to notice it, but it was just, it kept bothering me because I was like, oh, she's so pretty. But I was like, what's going on with it? It just kept bothering me the whole time I was watching it.
I didn't even notice.
Yes. See, it's not just me. Yes, only one side was colored. Okay. So I just wanted to make sure I wasn't crazy. Okay. So anyway, she said that, she realized that she's talking to Vince and he's like, why are you single? Oh, first of all, I like the fact that she's a mathematician. Shout out, I ain't the best math person.
Oh, that was cute. Yeah, I do remember her. Okay. I still didn't pay attention to her hair, but yeah.
Yeah. And so basically she said she spent so much time, basically in school and, in relationships that weren't working and trying too hard to make them work. And she took her 30s, to chill out and heal. And now she, ready to get back out here in these streets. Okay. And so yeah, I thought they were cute and had a cute little.
That Chuck said I'm noticing her 5 head. I can't.
Okay, Chuck gonna come with the reads. I love it. So then we move on to Diamond. This is who we haven't met yet. They gave her a quick little 5 seconds. I thought she was cute. She came off like a really nice young lady.
Isn't she in education too?
Yes, I believe so. No, she's an attorney.
Oh, yeah, that's right. She's the attorney. Yeah.
She's 34. She's an attorney. And then she meets.
She said she has a hard time because guys think that she's got money or like there's
or they want to go half or something
like that. Or they want to go half. Yeah.
So I want y'all thoughts, and I know y'all gonna eat me up.
Oh Lord.
What are your thoughts on Cardi? Okay, 36. He's an insurance broker, and he seems to take a liking to the fringe on her dress. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I wasn't here with the little braids, but when I saw him in his confessional look, and y'all know I like me a good slick back man bun. It'll get me every damn time. Yeah,
I'm with Quake.
Quake said, I'm with Quake. No, just no.
I'm with Quake.
Okay, Mimi, I'm not alone. Thank you, baby. Thank you, because they told me I'm crazy. But yeah, so I thought it was cute. They had a cute little conversation, seemed to have a connection. Then we see Devin over here trying to, of course, let's remind you who Devin is. He's over here trying to talk to Shannon. And this is when you knew he was really nervous because he really had nothing to say. And yeah,
I felt so bad for him in that moment because he was really trying.
He
just couldn't come up with nothing. I think I'm gonna be honest. I wouldn't be surprised if we find out that he got a little tism in him.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
it might be. But I did feel bad because he was like, he was trying to find the words and he just could not find them. And I felt so bad.
Yeah, that's why I said I think he's just socially awkward. But I think he's a really good guy.
And then I think I talked about this. Oh, okay. Chuck said he cute. Oh, you talking about Cardi or you talking about Devin? Which one? Chuck? I'm hoping you talking about Cardi. But so then this is what I told y'all earlier. Ashley and Dominique already know each other. Ashley said that she's already well known, or Dominique is already well known around Detroit. So that's when Vince, and this was an awkward scene. Hey, Taurus Moon. This was an awkward scene because he questions Dominique about a cover-up that she has, but he can still see the tattoo. So he was like, basically, they didn't do a good job. Now, Vince, I understand you would try to be funny as someone who, sometimes I say things and I'm like, oh, I'm just being funny and it doesn't land. That was a moment that it didn't land with her.
Either that or like you could have just left it at, oh, so you got to cover up. Oh,
right.
Yeah. And you could have left it at that. But the fact that you kept going, but I think part of that is because he knew who she was and he knew what those names were.
Well, and then they clearly let us know that she had a history. She used to date Antonio Gates,
and somebody else.
Somebody else. But she said she don't want to talk about that. She is done with that. And he realizes, okay, she's taking offense, but he
kept going.
Right, he did. Right, C. Golden said he needed to let it go. Renee said he was rude. Okay. But yeah, he kept going, but he said that ain't his type, no way. Because he was like, he was like, I thought if you was gonna have your name, like somebody's name on you, would be somebody you love. But these was just like,
he don't know that. When she got the tattoos, maybe she did love him. She don't know that.
Well, that's true. Chuck said, Cardi, is that how you spell it? Yes, I agree. Would be that Devin may have a little tism from looking at his picture. Juana said, how does that work? Cardi said he's charismatic. Oh, yes, Juana, thank you for correcting me. It was Cardi that lost his words. It wasn't so much Devin, or I think they both had a moment where they both slipped up. But you're absolutely right. C. Golden said, why does she have on that figure skating get up? Who are we talking about?
The one with the tattoos.
Oh.
With them boots with the fringes on them.
I liked it. Look.
Of course you did.
I did. A little razzle dazzle on you hoes, okay? Then we get back to Christina, which I'm gonna be honest. I know she's a pretty girl, but I'm surprised that if we had actually got rid of people, she wasn't in that bottom four. So she's talking to Steven, and she likes that.
I was surprised her name didn't come up either.
Right. So they're talking, actually it did, but she just wasn't the worst of the worst. But her name did come up. So yeah, she talking to Steven, and she likes that. Oh, I love that you work with kids. And Steven was like, yeah. And then she said, that's when she goes on this, I have pretty girl problems, and it's hard, just to walk outside and just be myself. And I don't do anything. I fly first class. I'm in the VIP section everywhere I go. I only sit level 100. It seems like somebody else I know.
But she said, I don't go to
It's so funny. That reminded me of that red flag challenge where you're describing the person and they don't know that you're talking about them. Love you, mean it.
Oh. She was like, she only goes to concerts if she's going to be on the stage, special guest, because she doesn't do that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But yes, no, she didn't say pretty girl problems, but she did say something.
She did say that she was too pretty. God, the blessing that God gave her, about how pretty she was, or something. She talked something about how God blessed her with how pretty she was, the over blessings or something. I wish I could remember the exact language,
exact verbiage.
Because I was like, girl, what?
Renee said she gave airhead. Yeah, she did.
She reminded me of the girl from last season, the one that got drunk.
Coley. I was thinking it. I was thinking it while we were talking about it. Literally, yes, she gave me Coley vibes. Absolutely. Ina, I think she's cute, but then she disappointed me with her attitude, right? Because unfortunately, it's okay to just be pretty, but I hate women that like thrive off that. Like, it needs to be something more. You know what I mean? Than just being pretty. So then we see, okay, this is who we haven't met yet. I think I do like him. This is Chris, okay?
He's the chef?
Yes. And y'all know I loves me a man that can cook, okay? So Emily goes over to talk to Chris. Chris is 42, is a chef. He did say he had kids, I felt like.
He did.
Okay. But they have a lot in common because they both have taught, obviously, because he's in the culinary field. And so it was really cute. He said he's won awards, and now that he's more established, he's looking to set some roots now. And so Emily basically says that when she's not teaching, she's sewing. And so Chris admits that, he has been married previously, but he's open to whatever this process has to offer. I like Chris. He was probably one of my top where I was like, oh yeah,
I don't know. I'm not sold on Chris yet because he kind of turned me off a little bit. Again, it's a thin line between selling yourself and just coming off a little. Yeah.
Really? Look, Chuck said, oh, I like a chef. How old is his children? Or how old is his children? He didn't say how old the children was, Chuck. He didn't say. So then, okay, then hold on. I got another. See, it's a lot of people, y'all. We ain't even got through everybody good yet. Xavier, they could have kept him for me. He was just kind of bland, no seasoning. But he's a senior account executive, and nobody was really feeling his personality. Were y'all?
I didn't have a problem with him. I thought that when she asked him to do a twirl and he didn't want to do it, I did. I don't know. I guess when you're in that situation, anything can be an eliminating thing, but I didn't think it was that deep for her to be like, I have a sense of humor. And I mean, if he can't even have a joke with me, and I'm like,
well, can I just say, and I know this is probably weird. I know because he's a guy, it's not looked at that way. But I'm gonna be honest. If a dude that I'm just meeting asked me, I personally don't like that. I don't like that. Like, because obviously we know why you want the 360. And so no, I if I'm just meeting you, no, if you're my man or something, you're like, yeah, babe, you look good. Give me a spin. That's something different. But when I'm just meeting you, I wouldn't do that either. So I was kind of looking at him like, yeah, girl, nah. Because what if he turned it around and said the same thing to her?
right.
You get what I'm saying?
And then I thought his response was cute. I thought his response was cute. It was a cute way for him to say no without saying no. He was like, nah, you got to earn that. I didn't think that was a bad response. And for her to be like, oh my gosh, he just didn't have any, he just didn't have a sense of humor. I was like, what did you want? I mean, he didn't want to do it. And I felt like his response was a cute way of saying no.
Mm-hmm.
No, and let's be real too. What man is standing in the room twirling for you?
Chuck said, is his personality tied to his credit score? He look all right though.
Exactly, it look all right to me.
Y'all give Xavier a chance. I didn't think he had to do a world for her, but I don't really find him attractive, so he could have gone home, in my opinion. And that's what I mean by they could have kept him like that. Just if I was in a room, he would be the last person that I would go up and talk to. And
he wouldn't have been the last person in that room.
Well, you're right. Okay, you meant twirl. Okay. Look, if he would have twirled, then they would have said he was sassy. Right, Quay. Right.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and again, I feel like his response was cute. Nah, you got to pay for that. I didn't think that was a bad response, but anyway, whatever.
But for some reason, and I don't know how, again, we don't know these people. This is episode 1. But for some reason, Lauren gives me the vibe that, like, she's not going to be there that long. She really gives my way or the highway type vibes. Maybe I'm wrong. But anyway, so Tommy comes back. This is when Cardi talks to Shannon. He gets tripped up. And then Tommy comes back to talk to the ladies. The ladies say they like Vince, Cardi, Steve, and Darius and Chris. And they really don't care for Devin and Richie. And then Lauren calls out Xavier for not doing the 360 for her. Okay, Mimi said his response was sharp, but he wasn't wrong. I just think she overreacted, right? And then, of course, the ladies or the guys, they like Nicole, Shannon, Donna, Lauren, Christina, and Ashley. Richie said he don't see it for Emily. Cardi says Dominique, and a few of them said Dominique was distant. And they also named Diamond and Ashanti, which I was like, I feel like they just named it. I don't know. But anyway, and so Tommy lets them know the 4 of them are going home. He calls out Dominique, Emily, Richie, and Devin and tells them their time is up, only to tell them that it isn't. And that pissed me off because we could have sent them home.
You know how I feel about sending people home on the first episode. So I don't like it. I think if we really, truly, I get it that first impressions, I get it. But I feel like everybody should get a pass the first week. Have the mixer, give everybody an opportunity to go out on at least one damn date. I don't know. So I was cool. I mean, I'm sure they're going to have them do something stupid next week. I don't know. They're going to have them do something stupid. But yeah.
Yeah, I agree. They're going to have them doing something stupid. That's usually on par with Ready to Love. But yeah, I mean, I guess we'll see. I will say that I feel like based off hearsay and watching for myself, I do feel like it kicked off a little bit better than Philly did.
Yeah, I think that awkward wedding, but only half the people were there.
Right.
But it wasn't a real wedding, but it was just and then I agree. I liked the opening better.
I like definitely feel like we're all 20 people and we're not doing that switch in, switch out.
Right. I like that too. I I like that they didn't really drag out the mixer. I mean, they had the people show up staggered, but I don't feel like it was. I like the. I think it was a better premiere. I definitely think it was a better premiere.
Well, I agree with you because a lot of the times they'll drag most of the time we won't even get the decision of who's going home until episode 2.
Right.
And we still be at the mixer. So I can appreciate that they were like, nah, we're done. Let's move on to the next thing. So maybe they listening somewhere in the bushes, one can only hope.
I still want to know what happened with last season. I don't know if it was a legal issue that happened or what, but something happened last season. I don't know what it was.
Why they stopped in the middle of
that was just so weird and awkward. And it just didn't seem like there was any rhyme or reason for it.
Well, now that we know what we know, do you think possibly that their filming of Detroit could have been affected and so they had to slow down Philly? Now that we know that old boy is no longer with us, if he passed in the middle of filming, that would make them have to scramble and navigate. You get what I'm saying? So it would push everything. Like, let's put them on pause. We'll finish out with them. But that's my only thing.
I got you. But in order for that to be true, that means they already decided they weren't going to do a second season of Philly, which again brings me back around to what's going on in Philly.
Right.
Because from the beginning of this show, y'all have always done 2 seasons in every city.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
But do we know? Yeah, I don't know. We just learned during this recap. So I don't know. But like she said, it's something legal. It's just weird. They've never, and at least in my opinion, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think they've ever done that in Ready to Love history. It's just stopped in the middle of a season. Now we have taken
not for that type of a hiatus. I mean, we had like 1 week but like that level, no.
Now we've taken breaks between like when they did DC and then they kind of did Potomac, but we were still in the same area. You get what I'm saying? But we've
they do that, but they've done that before too. They like because in when they did Texas, they did Dallas, and then they did what's like a suburb outside of Dallas, but it's right there. Fort Worth, Fort Worth. So yeah, they did DC and then they did Potomac, but it's it's right there. Right. And in Florida, when they did Miami, they did 2 seasons.
And then they kind of did like Fort Lauderdale area type.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, y'all, that was the first episode. Thank y'all for joining us on this Saturday night. Hopefully y'all ain't getting into no mess, or maybe you are getting into the mess and hitting these streets, okay? But before you get up
out of here, hit this bed.
Okay, really be what you got going on. You ain't going live. You ain't giving the people no more. Usually you be back to back.
You see me yawning. Not tonight. Okay. Tomorrow, y'all know we're gonna get Potomac at 9:15-ish. I'm gonna try to slide something in tomorrow, but I'm going to church and I'm going out we're going out to eat after church, so I'm not sure what time I'm getting home. So I'll try to slide something else in. But I did watch the Braxtons. That review won't take long because it wasn't a whole lot with that episode. Mm-hmm. So I may be able to get Braxton's tomorrow. But that's what we got going on. Of course, Monday is the Whether You Like It or Not panel. Salt Wives is on Tuesday. We got to get Force in there. I have to give you guys my episode 9 review of Reasonable Doubt. So I watched the episode. I just have to do the review.
Yeah. But
episode 9 was good. It really was. It was good.
It really was. It was. Yeah, y'all. All I got for y'all, be on the lookout. I'll be dropping my last 2 Fridays episodes of Beyond the Gates. Catch us tomorrow night for the live recap of Force, the final season. And other than that, y'all, I'm trying to get into bed early and enjoy my weekend and curl up.
Or you just woke up from a nap.
Don't do that. Look, and the baby ain't home, and the baby daddy girl, I'm about to enjoy this time alone.
Oh, you home alone?
Oh, girl, I'm about to.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you were home alone, honey.
Mm-hmm. I'm about to enjoy it, child. But yeah, y'all. So y'all be safe, have fun, and I will catch y'all tomorrow for the live for Force, and yeah, we'll see y'all next week. Bye.
Bye.
Hey, girl. Hey.